The new winter has brought a new slew of isekais. If that care package isn't enough for you, prepare to delve into Manga Mondays, where each Monday I'll introduce you to a new manga based off of specific themes. This week we'll cover 4 learning isekai or fantasy manga. Next week we'll cover some of my top 4 villain side characters and villainous manhwa. Have you ever wanted to know how monsters could theoretically talk to each other? Look no further to Heterogeneous Linguistics, which tells an interesting journey of a student through the outback, learning from lamias, minotaurs, werewolves, krakens, dragons, and even slimes. Moreover, he's accompanied by this cute wolf. Though there isn't much of a world-ending plot or goal, the book is a fascinating and laid-back trek. Moreover, the subject of linguistics itself is a new topic unmentioned otherwise in comic and manga culture. It has a very simple and charming art style, and sheds new doubt and connections that we could reconsider about monsters' humanity that we read in fantasy. Maybe you could use that in your next D&D campaign. Interested in recent economics, stocks, and forex, but want a spin of fantasy? Look no further to Past Regressor, a quite adult story of eventful man going back to the past to win it all. This series is a new Korean trend of monsters invading reality like omniscient reader. That's a slip for next week's video. Anyways, at Death's footsteps from fighting the other superhuman players and monsters, he receives a one-time use ability to go back in time, and he goes back to the day he was born in 1985. Thus, he uses this opportunity to take advantage of the Asian Forex crash for Hong Kong, Thailand, and throughout Asia, recruiting and working with the colleagues he made in the past. Though the art for monsters may not be everybody's cup of tea, the story is a nice power fantasy that finally uses money to solve problems. There is already a lack of series where characters use their knowledge of the past to actually invest. Now, if anything of the Backstreet Boys concert has shed light of the importance of health, so if you're interested in a little bit of medicine and pharmaceuticals, look to Isekai Yakkyoku, or Different World Pharmacy, telling the story of Yakutani, a world-leading researcher in medicine, who reincarnates as the son of the royal court doctor in a sword and magic world. He begins his trek in that world to change medicine while using science and magic. Though a little dense in dialogue, its story is fairly well written and won't be a boring read. It sets up its foundation and puts a good dividing line between magic and science. That said, the story slowly loses a goal, and the romance is lackluster at best. Last but not least, want an epic saga filled with politics, friendships, entrepreneurship, and guts, making gunpowder, alcohol, and sugar? Record of My Reincarnation in Another World, or Isekai Tensei Soudouki, is your cup of beer. The story focuses on Ballad Cornelius, the son of a count in the Mauritian kingdom, who has 2 other souls inside him, a Japanese warring states commander Oka Sodatoshi and otaku high schooler Oka Masaharu. He utilizes their knowledge and battle instinct to build fame and fortune. Though the character development is mediocre at best, there are a number of interesting and dynamic characters. It's also our first in Isekai with a series where there is a dynamic of multiple souls. Definitely an interesting pick if you like slow build to power fantasy. I hope you enjoyed this short video. Though the only first 2 are nerd heavy, please check out the others. I'm sure a quick Google search will give you the results, or get the serialized versions. That said, please subscribe if you want more of this content, and I hope to see you next week.